Hi everyone, my name is Chawen Singh. Today I will be presenting my final project. The title is Dreaming. About me, my name is Chawen Singh and my lecturer is Miss Angiki. So this is my artist statement. This work started with the actions of closing the eyes. When the eyes are closed, the outside world slowly disappears. It feels like entering a tunnel. After passing through the tunnel, the space becomes unclear and blurry, like soft and broken memories. Sometimes everything suddenly cut off, like losing signal for a moment. Then it returns to the beginning and repeats again. The whole world loops, showing how truths and memories can keep repeating in the mind. This is my reference. It came from Pinterest. And the tutorial reference is came from Excel and Carol Venue. For the design process, I will show up in Touch Designer. So I made 4 scenes for my final project. This is scene 1. It's having 7 steps here. So for the first, I start with the base video. I import the movie file and standardize the resolutions. This gives me a clean and stable starting point before I apply any effect. So for second, displacement processing, I use a noise to distort the image. This makes the video unstable and textures, so it begins to lose its original clarity. Third is the motion detections and blood tracking. This system extracts movement from the video and converts it into a usable data. And now the video is not only visual content, but also a source of information. The fourth is geometry mapping and renderings. The motions data into the 3D geometry, and then the track values, control positions, and transformations. So the visual change from a flat image into a spatial form. I render the geometry using the camera light to create a depth and volumes. 5 is the dynamics trail system. The feedbacks allows previous frames to stay and accumulate. This creates motion trails and adds a memory-like effect to the visuals. 6 is real-time data visualizations. This system monitors real-time values such as positions and skills. So it's helped me observe and refine how the system behaves. The last is final output. I adjust brightness, contrast, and layering to make sure the system feels unified. So this is my first scenes look. And let's go to another scene. This is my second scene. This scene represents going deeper into the dreams. I separate 4 parts here. So first one is procedural structure. I create a simple box geometry. Then I delete the certain face and convert it to the point. After that, I copy smaller box onto those points. So this creates a repeating structure. So instead of the manually, I let the system generate the tunnel automatically. Second is the rendering system. I set up the camera and the light. The camera moves forward through the structure. And then the lighting adds contrast and depth. So this makes the tunnel feels immersive and spacious. Third is the animations and compressions logic. I animate the system using chops, and I use the patterns and time-based values to control the scale and movement. So this creates a compression effect. The box slowly moves inward, as if space is closing around the viewer. So this represents entering deeper into the tunnel. So the last is post-processing and visual enhancements. I apply the additional visual effects. I use noise and blur to soften the image. Then I adjust brightness and contrast. And finally, I composite everything together. So this is my second scene's final output. It seems like move on inside the dreams. And let's see the third scene. This is my third scene. For the first, I analyze the audio signal to obtain frequency and amplitude values. So this value become visual control data. So sound is no longer only heard, it's become some things we can see. The second is audio color translations. I reorganize the signal using shuffles and the math operations, then merge the channels to form the RGB color structure. So the color is now directly generated from sound behavior. Third is audio geometry mappings. The color information begins to connect with symbol geometric preparations. This creates a transition from flat color response towards spacious behavior. And the last is post-processing and atmosphere. The system stabilizes the visual output and prepare for it the next scenes. The dream space is about to open. And this is the final output. I open the music first. So this is my third scene. And the last scene. So this is my last scene 4. For the first, import sound using audiophone in chop and analyze frequency bands, low, mid, high. Then select and rename channels TX, TY, and TZ. Stabilize the data using now chop. Then generated base texture using 3D noise. Link the sounds data to noise scales and add the time-based motion to the noise. And then extract structure using edge top. Soften texture using blur. Apply feedback for motion trails. And adjust tones using level top. Add bloom to enhance glow. And then composite layer for the final output and export video using movie file. So I open the music first for the scenes. So that's all for my presentation video. Thank you.